guys, Ray from Whimsical Pictures here. This week I am going to do my best to vlog the 5th round of the Manga Madness Readathon, which I am participating in. I've got my entire TBR sitting right over here next to my disgusting unmade bed. I am a day late, but that's okay. I might extend my readathon a day later, I might not. We'll see how the week goes. I've got some heated up leftover pizza and my favorite vending machine coffee, which is just this UCC The Coffee Cafe au lait. Lots of sugar, I assure you. And yeah, I will show you really quick the dress I'm wearing, which I just got this week, is my first ever vintage reproduction dress. This is from Collective, and it is so floofy. It's got pockets, and I am absolutely in love with it. It's really warm and thick material, too. I'm gonna get so much wear out of this. And I felt like the first day that I'm participating in this readathon was kind of a nice day to put this on. So anyway, I think that the first books I'm going to start with are this shoujo fantasy series called Itsuwari no Freya. I'm not sure how it's gonna be, but I'm in the mood for some like shoujo, dark, dramatic fantasy with some cute boys. So that seems to be exactly what this is. So I will be back when I finish these books. Hi guys. So, it's Tuesday, and I literally did not read anything on Sunday or Monday. I said I was, and then I got distracted instead. Yesterday was a really hard day at work. I was working late and I did not read. But today I am trying out a new cafe, and I've just finished this volume. So this is Itsuwari no Freya, Volume 1. I would give it like 3 stars. It is very cliche, but as I've said before, I don't mind that because I love me some shoujo fantasy. I love the European setting. I don't usually, but I guess just because shoujo fantasy is usually set in an Eastern fantasy setting, it's kind of refreshing to get like the medieval knights thing going on. I'm really gunning for one of the love interests over the other one right now. I like the main character. I think she's a little inconsistently written, and that's overall the biggest thing here, is that it feels not incredibly well written. There's a lot of gaps that I feel like the author maybe filled in her head, but forgot to fill in on the page. A big one that stands out to me is like right early in the series, there is a situation where Freya, the main character, right after like the knights who are going to see the prince leave, she sees that there's horrible danger heading to the capital city, and she's like, oh no, what do I do? And then the next scene, like literally the next panel, she's like in the capital city, and she's like, I snuck in through the kitchen, and she's in the palace, and it's like, you just need like a page in there that's like, you know, her seeing the bad guys talk about their evil plan or whatever, and then she's like, oh no, what do I do? I have to protect my town. I'll jump in there. And then she like jumps in their supply caravan or whatever. That'd be fine. Like, I don't need a ton of explanation. I just need, like, a clear connection between here and there. Because they made it sound like her town is quite far out from the capital city, so it's like, kind of took me out of the story. I was lost for a moment. And there are quite a few of those where it just feels like immaturity on the part of the writer. So hopefully that's just a matter of rushing the first couple chapters to get the premise in there, and we'll see that straightened out a little bit. In any case, I sort of liked the darker tone of this. I like the cross-dressing aspect, that's fun. And there was a nice cliffhanger at the end, so I am interested to keep going. So I'm going to read Volume 2 now, and eat my pasta. Talk to you in a bit, hopefully. Alright, so it's Tuesday night, about 9 o'clock. Grandma's bedtime here. So I'm gonna go to bed here in a second, but I thought I would do a quick little check-in here first. So I did go ahead and read Volume 2 of Itsawari no Freya. It said that the next volume is going to come out in spring-ish, so with no specific date. So I'm definitely going to be picking up Volume 3 when it comes out. This volume was a vast improvement over the first one. There's still a couple things where it's like, you know, the flow between scenes might not quite be on point, or something might happen that might be just a bit too cliche or whatever. But for the most part, I was, like, riveted through this whole volume. I really liked the main character's development through this thing. I really liked how it showcased, like, the impressive qualities about her. And she got to be, like, a cool prince. I really like that neither of her love interests is, like, one of them's, like, kind of a dick, and he's in a position where he, like, is kind of ordering her around, but he never uses that to, like, take advantage of her or sexually harass her in the way that often happens with this character type in shoujo manga. So I greatly appreciate that. I still don't like him very much, but, like, when I noticed that that had not been a factor in this story at all, I was like, oh hey, that's great. Yeah, I like this boy. He's cute. I think my ship with him may have sunk in spectacular fashion. But that happened right at the end of the volume with a huge cliffhanger, so we'll see what goes down in the next one. Yeah, really nice, like, dark fantasy shoujo, with, like, knights and swords and sorcery and stuff. So, yeah, looking forward to more. And then, the ending to that one was kind of a bummer. So I picked up a volume of Yona of the Dawn as well. And it was good. Yona is always good. So, yeah. I don't really have anything to say about this series 11 volumes in. At this point, I feel like you're following it or you're not. And if you're following it, you're cool. And if you're not cool. And that's okay. Yeah. So, we'll see what I read tomorrow. It's probably gonna be more Yona, though, honestly. See you. Hello, it is Wednesday around 6:30. I've been here at this cafe, it's a different cafe tonight, for about an hour now, just reading. I also had a free period during the last period of the day today, and I didn't really have anything to do besides read. So sometimes I'll read in Japanese there. They don't really mind that much because they consider it part of my study. So I read Takane Hodan-san Volume 4. It was very cute. Now that our two leads are dating at this point, it was basically just like, first date stuff. And yeah, I enjoyed it. The author talks about writing a pure love story, and that's definitely what this is. Now, what I've been working on for the past hour is this Aoi Horus no Hikomi. I'm about halfway through. You can see that. And I'm gonna put it down for now, because this is quite a difficult read for me. There's a lot of, really weird vocabulary about, military stuff and lines of succession that obviously I don't encounter in my daily life very often. I am enjoying it. I think that the bad guy here is pretty one-dimensionally kind of a brute and a chauvinist, so I wish he had a bit more depth to him, but we'll see if that happens. His character design doesn't give me hope. He definitely looks like a very scary, chauvinistic asshole. So, but I really like Hatshepsut, and I like her spirit, and I like her pet falcon. He's pretty cool too. But anyway, yeah, this is quite a dense, difficult read for me, so I am going to switch to a different book for a while, and that's going to be Yona of the Dawn, Volume 12, and I do have 13 as well, so I'll talk to you later. Hello, another day, another check-in. It is Thursday today, and I'm at work. I've got about another half hour left. I've got a free period, which is really rare at this school, but I'm grateful. And I got the stuff done that I needed to, so I thought I would read for a little bit. Yeah, so today I've got, this one is the main goal, to finish this boy. Like I said yesterday, it's pretty difficult in terms of the level of the Japanese, but now that I'm into it, more than halfway, it feels like I've found a bit of a flow with it. So I'm hoping to finish that tonight. I did finish Volume 12 of Yona of the Dawn yesterday, like I said I was going to, and that ended on the opening of a very big battle, which should be very exciting. So I have Volume 13 with me, and I also have my sports manga, which is Break the Border, just for something with a little simpler Japanese after the Aoi Horus one. So yeah, I'm planning to stop by a cafe again. This time one that's really close to this particular school, and we'll see how much I read by the time I get done with work, and then I'll try and read the rest of this pile here there. So wish me luck. Alright, it is after the readathon now, and we're going to pretend it's not 2 weeks after the readathon, and that this is instead a day after the readathon. Let's pretend and imagine. Pretty much from the last time I didn't read that much else. I got busy, I got tired, and I just wasn't reading. So basically the only things that I've finished since the last time I talked to you guys was I did finish this volume, and it was very good. I really enjoyed this. I'm very picky about portrayals of Hatshepsut, and I really liked this one. we get the introduction of her future sort of bodyguard, Senmut, who she probably had an affair with in real life. So of course that is the natural choice for her love interest, and he is very dashing. Which is nice, because otherwise, pretty much Seti has been the only major male character, and he's very much like, yeah, super, super stereotypical, kind of generic chauvinist. So it's good to have more variety in male characters. And I am extremely eager to see where this goes and watch Hatshepsut on her journey to becoming the female pharaoh of ancient Egypt. I should never have doubted Harta for a second. And the only other thing that I ended up reading were volumes 13, 14, and 15 of Yona of the Dawn. I guess my brain was done reading in Japanese for a while. I really, really wanted to read these, and I have since gotten the next 5 in Japanese because I got impatient. Once I start reading this series, I just cannot stop. It's so addicting. This is the end of the Fire Tribe arc, and that was so good. I think this is the first volume in the series that I've given 5 stars. I loved every second of it. And then the next 2 are the Water Tribe arc. That's a really cute cover. And so volume 16 is going to be very exciting. I'm probably going to read that today, so I can't wait. I don't have much else to say about Yona of the Dawn. If you haven't considered reading it, I really encourage you to. Even if you don't usually read shoujo manga, this isn't a romance manga. It has romance in it, I guess, but it's more of a swords and sorcery fantasy type of story. Really retro feel. I love it. It has a great sense of humor, too. I find myself laughing my head off through most volumes. The ensemble cast is really entertaining. And they have a great banter together. They're a great little fantasy party of misfits. There's a lot of political intrigue, some battles. It's so good. I love Yona. It's definitely one of my favorite ongoing series right now, and I'm excited to continue in Japanese. So, yeah, basically, my week ended up looking like this. It's not a huge stack of books, but it is 10 volumes, which is literally twice what I set for a goal for myself, which was 5 volumes. And 5 of these are in Japanese, which I am very happy about, especially because this one in particular was very difficult to read in Japanese. And I'm proud that I made it through it and have since bought the second volume. So, yeah, it was a good readathon for me. I have a lot of new series that I enjoy, and continued some series that I have come to love. So, yeah, the next readathon I participate in will probably not be for a little while, but it was really fun to do these 2, the Manga Love Readathon and the Manga Madness Readathon back to back. That was a really fun experience. So, yeah. Talk to you guys next time. Bye.